Right, so video, you missed the first part of this, whatever. Fab 5 is what we have. So Fab 5, meters, meters per second, meters per second, seconds, meters per second squared. Our connection to forces is using Newton's second law. And Newton's second law says the sum of all my forces equal F net, which is equal to mass times acceleration. So if I give you a bunch of Fab 5 stuff, a distance, a time, a speed, and then I ask you to do some force thing, chances are good that you'll have to do a Fab 5 to solve for acceleration to then plug into Newton's second law to then figure out force. Or I might ask you a Fab 5 question, and you probably don't have enough Fab 5 information until you do a Newton's second law to find acceleration to then plug into a Fab 5 problem. Just so we talk, I wanted to talk about that now because we'll see it in the near future. Meters, meters per second, seconds, Fab 5 only. Our connection between forces and Fab 5 is acceleration in Newton's second law. All right, next thing that I want you, the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is I have a 2-question progress quiz that I'm going to ask you to do. It's a free body diagram, it's two free body diagrams, where I want you to label all of the values by name and by number, and I want you to include F net and acceleration. The instructions say this all. These are the 2 equations you'll need. Newton's second law is equal to F net, which is equal to m times a, and Fg, also known as weight, is equal to m times g. Let me talk about this really quick. Fg is equal to weight. The very first problem on yesterday's sheet talked about a student weighs, I think it was a student weighs 700 newtons. A student weighs 700 newtons. I'm telling you their F of G. I'm not telling you their mass. We measure mass in kilograms. If I say it weighs, I'm telling you F of G. Or if I say how much does something weigh, I'm asking you to solve for F of G. So that's the first thing that I'm going to ask you to do is this progress quiz. 2 questions. I want to look at them. They go pretty quick. And then after that, there is a worksheet called Forces 1. It's in Canvas. It's only one-sided. Free body diagrams are good. I really encourage free body diagrams. But maybe for this, the free body diagram identifies the forces, but maybe you don't want to fill in all of the values because you might not need them all for this. Okay, it's a good practice to get into though, but you don't necessarily have to fill in all the values. So, 2 free body diagrams that I want to look at individually. I'm not going to count these, so take one, pass it to the right. Yeah, you're right. Take one, pass it. Probably. All right. So, thank you. Extras? Any other extras? We got them. All right. So, 2 quick questions. I want to grade these. I want to look at them. I'm sorry. I want to look at these and give you some feedback on. When you're done with that, Forces 1 worksheet, posted in Canvas. It's also turned in Canvas.